My name is Sarah Walston, and I am here to just teach you a short activity that you could do with your children to reinforce the idea of tempo within music. And again, tempo, if you don't know already, is how fast, how slow, maybe how in the middle, medium, a piece may go. And that's kind of what gives music one aspect of its excitement is how fast is it going to be? How slow is it going to be? How, in the middle is it going to be when we feel kind of just right? And the only thing you need for this exercise, this activity, is a scarf or maybe a piece of tissue paper, even a tissue. It doesn't matter. Just something that you can wave around and that kind of floats in the air. This is a fairly easy activity. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the name of an animal. So in this case, we'll say bird. And you have to determine, or your child or your student, whoever you're doing this activity with, you need to determine whether that animal is fast, in the middle, medium, or slow. Now, we know that a bird could be all three of those things, but you need to make a decision. Choose one, doesn't matter. And then I'm going to take my scarf and I'm going to make a visual representation of this sound. So we are going to say that a bird is fast in this case. So I'm going to take my scarf and I'm going to make it go very fast like a bird. Ready? It's flying everywhere. Oh! As you can see, this may get a little wild. So you would want to use this activity when the child has a chance to maybe get some energy out and run around and be a little noisy. Not a good thing to do when you're trying to be quiet. So the next animal I might say is a snail. And you can really use any animal you choose. Now a snail, everybody knows, is slow. So I will take my scarf and slowly move it. And this is a fun game because the child has to determine whether or not the animal is fast, in the middle, or slow. And then they have to show it with their scarf. So they're really doing two things here, which is pretty cool. The next one I'm going to say is a bumblebee. And I think buzz, buzz. It's fast, but it wasn't as big as the flapping bird. It's more like a buzz kind of thing right here. And, encourage the kids to make their animal sounds while they do it. The next one I would say is a fish. Now a fish, I don't know, maybe in the middle, they kind of blue, 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 blue. That kind of makes me feel like a fish, or even like a anemone. Pretty cool. Good. And then I might say, let's say rabbit. They're kind of in the middle. They can actually go pretty fast, but in this case, let's make our rabbit hop. Hop, 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 hop. Now the fun thing to do with these is to turn on some music. Maybe you could play something that's really fast and say, okay, we're all going to be a bumblebee. They can show it with their scarf, but you know what? You can lose the scarf and just have the kid run around like a bumblebee. That's another way. They can show it in their bodies as well. So really, this is 2 exercises in one. And I'm going to leave you with our last animal. Let's do a bear. And let's start with our scarf. That bear's going to be slow. Because again, the point of this is to get across tempo and fast, medium, and slow tempos and how it relates to the music we listen to. So here's our bear going so slow. And again, if you want to, you can throw that scarf aside and everybody be bears. And they're going so slow and picking berries and eating. And this can just take you into so many different areas. You can talk about what animals eat. Do they eat fast and slow? All those things. So really there's a lot of different ways you could go with this, but I just want to give you the basics and you can take it and run with it. And if you're interested in learning anything more about tempo, go ahead and click below to go to Mr. Greg's Musical Madness about tempo. Bye.